Check, check. Can you hear me?
I got you. Do you hear me?
I hear you. So,
Loud and
we're
clear.
just going to do the same thing again. If you do the same thing all the time, you're going to catch everything. The fuel valve's still on. Our wing flaps, we want to bring them up. Go ahead and bring them up.
Going up.
And they're up. Switch back to neutral. Mixture, if we were at a high altitude airport, we might lean it, but we're not, so we're going to leave it where it is. The throttle's set where we want to. Carburetor heat's in. Trim is set. Lights are set the way we want to, although we're going to taxi here shortly, so we'll wait. We can wait. Okay, primer is in and locked, right? If you pull on it, it's there, and the mags are on both. Now we can come up here, and we're going to do a little cadence here. I'm going to turn my headsets on. 0 on the airspeed. Attitude's up in the rec, blue over brown. Field elevation, 603 feet. 0 on the VSI, plus or minus 100 feet. Heading indicator set to compass. So we push in, turn, push in, turn. I'm going to say that's 15. I'm going to go to right around 15.
Yep, you're right at 15.
Wings are level. Ball's kind of in the middle. We're leaning a little bit, right? Radio on. Transponder. It says to stand by, so that's fine right there. Okay, let's see if we got it all. Now this bounces around. Mixture set, seatbelts and harnesses, we still got them on. Flaps are up. Autopilot we don't have. Heat, vent, and defrost, I got the vents open. Avionics are on. If we wanted to test them, we could.
And it's the right.
Yep, 122.9.
Yep.
Transponder to standby, it is. That's the code that we fly. Just a generic code, 1200.
All right.
Okay. ATIS and AWOS, the winds, basically here, the weather, we're going to use runway 32. Altimeter set, we did. Brakes we'll test, and then as we roll around, we can take a look at those. Okay? So look at that, we did everything.
Okay.
So if we do it with a flow, and then we do it with a checklist,
You're checking it
we check them twice.
twice.
If we just do the checklist, we do it once.
True.
Okay? So we do it once out of memory, and then we check it. It's called a checklist, not a laundry list. Okay? All right. So we're going to flip that over. Yoke all the way back. Right hand there. Let's taxi. We're going to go, tell you what, let's just, we'll see. Well, let's just go right up here, and then we'll turn right on the taxiway up there. Go right straight next to the hangar.
All right, and I got the controls in.
Yep, you got them. You're the boss. So right foot, we don't want to get close, and we want to hug the right side. We don't want to hit our wing on that big hanger there, so.
Right around here.
Yeah. I think we'll miss it. And then don't cut the corner, just stay to the right until we're past it. There we go. Now we're going to make a hard right. Okay, so put your right foot on the floor, give it a little power. There you go. Oh, the middle right now is right here. So you need to move over to the right.
Okay.
You think you're in the middle, now you're in the middle.
Yep. Got it. Okay.
It looks wrong, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Right around here it feels like, right?
Yeah, you're a little bit to your side, but
Yeah.
you're close. All right, let's go ahead and stop right here.
Okay.
Normally we want to do our run-ups into the wind as much as we can, but we don't have much wind, so we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so now we're going to run through a flow again, okay? So first thing we can do is our flight controls.
What?
All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Let's do one in the middle. Okay? Flight controls on our feet. Those are free. Okay? Alright. Now, our fuel is set, right? Flaps are up, mixture's rich. Throttle goes to 1700 RPM. Okay, there we go. Now just move one over. Pull the car bead out. Gonna see a decrease in power. Push it back in. Increase in power. Switch hands. I'll go over to the magnetos. 2 clicks to the left. 1, 2. Little drop. 2 clicks to the right. 1 click to the left. Little drop. 1 click to the right. Okay.
Magnetos check.
Primer's in and locked. Right?
Yep.
Our instruments. Airspeed's good. Attitude's still up. altimeter's still good, vertical speed's good. This should be close to our compass.
Yep.
If it wasn't, that means it's not working right. The wings are lever, ball's somewhat in the middle. Power back all the way to idle, all the way out. We want to make sure it'll keep running. It does. Power back up.
17?
Nope, just right at 1,000.
Oh, okay, yep.
One thing we didn't do, we should have looked at the engine gauges when we were over there. I didn't see them, I didn't mention them. This was right up at about 5.
Oh, suction, yeah.
Yep, 5 inches of mercury. But we have oil pressure, oil temperature will come up when it can. Amp meters, we're showing a little bit of charge to the right. That's really all that we're looking for. The fuel you checked.
11 and 10 and a half.
That's more than enough for what we need.
Perfect.
Okay, so now we take a look. Parking brake, that's our feet. Flight controls, we checked them, we did. Fuel valve on, we checked it. Takeoff, we checked it. Mixture, we checked it. Throttle, we went to 1700 RPMs. Now this is where it bounces around. We went to carb heat because we kind of did a flow. This says magnetos, yeah, we did them. Engine instruments and amp meter, yeah, we checked them. Or carb heat, sorry, it's magnetos and carb heat, we did. Engine instruments and amp meter, we checked them. Suction gauge, we did. Idle, which was all the way out. Friction lock, which is this little doohickey.
Yep.
Wanted just a little bit of restriction on it.
Auto exec,
Okay. Doors and windows. I'll close my door. I'll get my window when we get out there. Strobes and landing lights. We're going to taxi out, so let's put everything on. Transponder. Squawk altitude.
Departure leg, and we have you in sight. We'll
Squawk altitude, which is altitude. Time record, I already did. Brakes and an abort plan, and I have the abort plan. We're done.
Okay.
So if we run, you notice it's fuel. Just do fuel here, 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 here. Run across there, there, there. You're done. Then you can include these and these. So it's just kind of a boom, boom. Okay?
Okay.
Just kind of including everything. And if you do the same thing every time, and if we have, for example, when we learn engine failure, so we're flying along and all of a sudden the engine just quits for no reason.
Yeah.
There's no bang, there's no nothing. Never had it happen just cruising along. But you're kind of like, the engine quits. Well, shit, what do I do?
Yeah, right.
Well, is the fuel on? Yes. Okay, my flaps, I don't need them. Is my mixture all the way in? Maybe I was flying really high and I had it here and I descended and I needed more gas and it quit because it didn't have enough. Push it in. Throttle, maybe it's all the way in. Well, maybe if I pull it halfway out, it'll start running. I'll pull my carb heat on. Okay? I'll make sure my primer's in and my mags are on both. If everything's set, I'll turn the key and see if it starts again. And it might not. Okay? If it goes bang and there's oil everywhere and a big chunk of the airplane, of the engine flies out, we don't need to try to restart it. It's not going to start. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to do a normal takeoff. So we're going to taxi out to the runway.
Okay.
We'll turn around. Okay? Our flaps are up, they are. Our carburetor heat is off, it is. Mixture best power, which in this case is all the way in. We're going to go to full throttle.
All right.
At about 45 miles an hour, we're just going to lift the nose off the ground, and then we're going to stop. So it's kind of a lift and then stop.
So you lift it and hold it.
Yep, bring the nose up. You want to ride a wheelie like an 8-year-old boy on his BMX bike.
All right.
Okay? Just a little wheelie, though. Not a big one. Just a little bit. We want to see the trees over the nose. The airplane will lift itself off the ground. Then we're going to accelerate. It says 72. We're going to go to 80. Okay?
So as
So
it starts taking off, am I pulling back or you just let the plane do it? Okay.
the airplane takes off. We lift up the nose wheel,
Yep, and let it take off.
and then it takes off by itself.
All right.
I know no matter how fast I run down the runway, I'm not going to get off the ground.
Okay.
I don't fly. The airplane does. I'm not going to make it fly when it doesn't want to. Okay? That's when bad things happen. All right?
All right.
So our radio call is going to be Riverview, Cessna 5718 Golf,
Yep.
back taxi 32 Riverview.
All right.
All
I
right.
practiced this.
All right.
Riverview, Cessna 18 Golf, back taxi 32 Riverview.
There you go.
Was that good?
Oh, beautiful.
I practiced
We're going to
so
put you on
much.
the radio.
All right. Here we go.
I don't see anybody coming in to
Nope.
land. All right. Go all the way back.
Ottawa Executive 61 Foxtrot turning base for runway 2, Ottawa Exec.
Right. Switch my sunglasses out. And we'll be ready to go. So now it's river, yep, let it go. Now it's Riverview, 18 Golf, departing 3-2, Riverview.
Riverview Cessna 18 Golf, departing 3-2, Riverview.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
I'm ready too.
1-2.
1001, 1002, should be all the way in. There you go. We're steering with our feet. Keep your hand up on the power just in case we need it. Be sure to have this yoke, relax your hand, nice and relaxed right there. Okay, so right here, raise the nose. So right, just give it a tug and then hold it right there. Now, if we hold it there, it will just do, see how you're, don't let it do that. Just hold, there you go. See how it just lifts right off? Now don't keep pulling, just we want to see the trees a little bit.
Oh, there's the...
Yep, just hold that right rudder a little bit. Keep the wings level. Level, level, level. Especially going this way, we don't want to bank to the right. That moves us over there, and remember, I see all the trees. Yep, just hold a constant rudder, okay? Remember, we just looked down there at that little ball right here in the bottom left-hand corner, okay? Now we're going 65, so that means the nose is too high, so just lower the nose. Yep, that's good right there, right about there. Keep that, just hold that pressure, keep that there. The natural tendency of the airplane, if you relax, is to fly it like this.
Yeah.
Okay? We don't want to fly it like that, we want to fly it like that. Okay? So be sure to keep that looking out the front, keep everything level. We don't want to bank. Okay, and just fly with your left hand, relax your right one. Once we're about 500 feet in the air, which we're about there now, you're going to relax that right hand. We keep it up there basically to hold the power in. When we're taking off, before we hit the point where we can't come back or stop, we're ready to pull it out at the moment's notice. Once we're in the air, we're holding it in.
Yeah, and then you...
Okay, so we're going to climb up to 1,300 feet before we turn. Oh, there's an airplane.
Where is it?
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, tell you what, let's turn and fly straight at the lake, straight to the west. A little bit of left rudder, remember? Or a little less right rudder, probably. Okay, and then just avoid the big towers to the north of them.
Yes, we're climbing at about 80.
Yep, that's right, what we want.
Okay, definitely get used to what climb looks like in this plane and the speed. And
okay, so when we get up here, you're going to see Lake Michigan Drive. Put that right outside your window, and let's fly along Lake Michigan Drive.
okay.
So it's just out my side right now, so we're crossing over. You can see it right up there.
Yep, I'll try to keep it right outside my window.
Yep, yep.
Shannon Valley. I'm feeling like I probably need a rudder to stay going straight a little.
Nope, you don't rudder to
Don't
stay
really?
going straight. The rudder keeps you going straight through the air, not across the ground. So here's how I'll answer that question.
Thank you.
If we wanted to point the nose south, right, I wouldn't do it by doing this. Right? That's not the efficient way to do that. So,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
okay, so if I'm flying this way, okay, so let's get kind of flying that way. If I'm flying this way, and I find that I'm a little bit too far to the north,
Uh-huh.
like this, I don't want to do this to go back, because watch, when I let go,
It's going to go back.
the nose goes
That's what I
back.
kept fighting against.
So what do I do?
Bank.
I turn. Kind of like saying in a
Set up
car,
a new heading.
yep, it's kind of like saying if I'm in my car and I want to turn to the left, I'm going to hit the emergency brake. Okay? So, and it's just aileron and rudder. We'll do a little bit of that today too. We'll go up to about 3,000 feet here.
Oh, okay.
It's a little cooler up there.
That feels good.
Yeah. So this is actually a very effective way to navigate. Find a road that you know is going where you're going. Follow the road. So when we get out here a ways, we're going to turn to the left and we'll follow another road. And we'll follow that south. Yeah, rudder by itself, you hardly ever use the rudder by itself.
Okay.
It's in conjunction with the aileron. So if I want to turn to the left, I start just an instant before my ailerons with my foot to a little bit of left and then a little bit of aileron, and then when I go back the other way, it's right rudder and right aileron. Alright, the next big road that we see, I think there's, I will let you level off. We'll get up to 3,000 feet, then we'll do it.
Okay.
We're not doing too many things at once here.
And there's Countryside Greenhouse, I think. You ever go there? Countryside?
Nope.
It's huge.
My wife goes there.
Yeah, it's right below us. It's huge.
I'm a farmer, not a gardener.
Okay.
There's a difference. I like to grow things that I can eat. Other things my wife can grow to make them look pretty. I don't care. I like the way they look when she does it.
All right.
All right,
we're
so
at
there's 3,000. Now you're just going to kind of, you already did let that nose pitch down just a little bit.
Yep.
Let it accelerate a little bit. As it accelerates, you're going to have to continue it. Remember, the faster we go, the more lift we generate, which means we have to let that angle of attack decrease slowly as we accelerate. Now we get up to about that speed. Now let's just pull the power back about 2,500 RPM. You'll hear it, so you don't even really want to watch it. You'll just find a spot. There you go, good
Right
enough.
there.
Okay. All right, so here we are, fat, dumb, and happy. We're coming up on a road right here that I see go to the south. Coming up right under your wing there, just about. Go straight.
Oh, this one?
So let's just turn and follow that one.
Okay.
When you think you are ready, and just keep it out your side, just like we did the other one. Okay. No more than about that much bank.
Feels better without the sun right in your face.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to turn.
Oh, is someone taking off from Riverview as well?
Yeah.
Is that your son?
No, I don't know who that is.
Oh.
1 Romeo Foxtrot. That might be from Auto Exec.
Out of traffic, 362 left downwind.
Alright, now that we're going this way, I'm going to take the airplane for just a second.
Okay.
Got just a little bit of power here. Okay? So if you notice, you've been holding this, right?
Yes.
Okay, remember what we do to get rid of that?
The trim.
Yep, so which way would we trim it?
Down.
Yep, alright, so give it a little bit of turn and get rid of that. Not going to be a whole lot. Okay, you just get it close, there you go.
Right around there.
Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, I think it's close enough. So, I'm going to take the airplane for just a second. So, we want to have this airplane trimmed out. You know, when you're flying, and most pilots do this when they fly, they like to do this. I like to do this. Because I'm lazy.
More comfortable.
It is more comfortable.
You're
So
letting
now
the
we're
plane
climbing a little bit, so I just push the nose down just a little bit. One thing is most little 150s have been beat up so much they won't fly straight anymore. This one flies really straight. I enjoy it. So I can just sit here. Okay? So now...
Why did it feel like I had to keep correcting? Because I didn't just let it settle.
Because you'd go this way, and then you'd go too far, and then you'd go this way, and you weren't using hardly any rudder. So if we're going to work on that right now. Because you can really see this just with a small amount of bank. As soon as I bank, the nose goes that way.
Yeah.
I'm barely banking in that way and that way. So we're going to work on that. So if I do it right, if I bank to the right, the nose shouldn't go that way. The nose should go that way. You see that?
I do.
So instead of swinging, it follows me. So how do I do that? So if you feel the rudder when I go to the left, it's that much. It's not much, right? I don't know if you can feel that on the pedals.
Yep, I can feel that.
So that's all it is in cruise flight. Now the bigger the bank, when I go back the other way, the bigger the rudder movement.
Okay.
Okay? And the more I bank, the more the rudder movement.
That's 45, isn't it?
Yeah. Just a little bit over. Okay? Hey, see, I'm holding a fair amount of rudder. If I let the rudder off, now it does. See how it quits turning?
Yeah.
Okay? Because now the nose wants to go that way, and I'm trying to make it go that way. So if I get that rudder going, now it turns. Okay? So I can turn without the aileron, or without the rudder, but it's sloppy. And I can turn without the aileron, but it's sloppy. They work together. They work together, they work together. So what we want to do, let's get the nose pointed this way, and I just want you to take it and bank to the left, and don't let the nose go to the right. And then bank to the right. And if, I don't know if you can feel, I lead just a hair with the rudder. Just a hair. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and try it. So if we go to the right, think foot. Foot first, there you go. Do a little bit of bank.
Oh.
Yep, just go ahead and hold it. And then if you go the other way, there you go. I'd rather see you use too much. Now don't push it in and let it out. Because watch if we do that. If we go left, and if before we go back I do this, now it does that. So if I'm going to go right rudder, I have to go right rudder and aileron. I can't do that and then feed this in. It's got to be positive movements in each direction. Okay? Alright, go ahead and try it. If you go the other way, right rudder, right aileron. Get that aileron in there. There you go. There you go. You can feel when you let that off, the tail, see, like right there. Yeah, the nose swings, so There you go.
I'm basically just trying to prevent it, because if I weren't using a rudder, if I turned right, it would immediately want to go to the left.
The nose would swing to the left.
So I'm trying to keep the nose, basically, it's going to be keep going straight as I turn.
How it would look is if I go to bank, so if I have the airplane, okay, if I bank to the left, the nose swings this way, and now I try to fly like this. Instead of doing this and turning with it, the nose is trying to go the opposite direction.
Okay.
It's called Dutch roll. More like a swept wing jet. We have a device in our airplane called a yaw damper to keep us from Dutch rolling. You can get airplanes that are really swept wing that you can get into Dutch roll and you can't get out. So you'd go to the left, the nose would swing to the right. You go to the right, the nose would swing to the left, and the oscillations just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? Let's turn around and head back to the north, whichever direction you want to turn. Nice turn. Feels good. I'm getting pushed right down into my seat.
Elmira traffic 362 left 80.
Alright, roll straight here. Keep the suns out of our eyes a little bit. Alright, now we're going to work on steepening up our turns. Alright? So we have a speed in this airplane called maneuvering speed. If you ever wonder what it is, you just look up here and it says maneuver, and it gives you all these, and it says 109. That's our maneuvering speed. That's the maneuvering speed of this airplane at gross weight. So we want to do everything at 100 or less. That gives us a little margin. What that maneuvering speed means is right now we're below 109. If I grab the controls and pull back as hard as I can, the airplane will stall before the wings come off. If I pull back and turn, all bets are off. It's one axis.
One thing to its
extreme.
Yep,
one thing to its maximum. Okay? So we want to do all these maneuvers below maneuvering speed so we don't get above it and end up doing a maneuver and overstressing the airplane. So I'm going to show you how to get into this steep turn. So I'm going to take the airplane for just a second. We're a little high, that's okay, we'll just do them from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my power back to about just 2400, kind of fly level. That should give me right around 95. Okay? So when I go to do this, and I'll do one to the left first, when I do this, all I'm going to do is I'm going to add about 100, 150 RPM right when I start rolling into my turn. Okay? And then I'm going to hold my pitch so that my altitude and everything stays the same. I'm going to reference the bank over here, but I'm going to spend most of the time looking outside. Once I get the sight picture of what 45 degrees looks outside, I can reference in here at the other stuff, but I'm going right back to outside. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to add just a little bit of power right there. Start my bank. Nice and easy. There's 30 degrees. Now right here I don't have to pull much. As soon as I roll to 45, now I have to pull, and you'll feel that.
Yeah.
Right? So if I let go now, see what happens? So it's when you get above 30, it really wants to do that. So I'm a little bit of left rudder. I'm just going to swing it all the way around. I get here, right rudder, right aileron. See how it didn't swing the nose? Boom.
Wow.
There we are. Okay. Now one more to the right, just to give you that sight picture. So we're going to roll to the right. I got right rudder, and it's going to take quite a bit more right rudder than left. So there's 45 degrees. You can feel that G-force.
45.
Yep, you can feel that G-force. Here's where we started, left rudder, left aileron, boom,
Beautiful.
Right where we started, okay? All right, so let's let you try that.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right, ready. Let's do one
This
to the
is
left.
good.
Yep, we'll just leave the power. Well, I'll tell you what, let's pull it back. Let's get you used to adding that power. So there it is. So just add about 150 RPM. Just push it in a little bit. Right, a little bit more, just a hair right there. Now start your bank to the left. Now don't let the nose drop. Take a look at that. Now right there, you gotta start pulling. Pull, pull, pull. Pull a little bit more. Gotta pull even more. Pull even more. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. Now don't let off. You let off just a little bit. I can feel it in my butt. I'm not getting pushed down. Now let's roll level. So it's right rudder, right aileron. Yep, get the aileron right away. If you do just the rudder and you ease the aileron.
Yeah, I'm so...
Yep, just relax. Let me show you something. This airplane, you can go here, and you can go,
Whoa.
okay? And you can go back, okay? It's not gonna break. All right? All right, it's not gonna break. It's not gonna break. All right, let's go ahead and do it to the right. That was pretty good. I mean, actually, that was pretty good. So,
Thank you.
all right, let's go ahead and go to the right. So just nice and easy. Yep, just with your left hand. You're not gonna have to pull that hard. Now look outside. That's a little bit more than 45. Roll a little bit out and pull, pull, pull. There you go. Now you feel it. There we go. A little bit of right rudder. Actually, a lot of right rudder. And when you do that, you're going to have to do this. See how that turns?
Oh, yeah.
Takes more right rudder. Now right here, roll level, left aileron, left rudder. Whoa. There you go. There you go. That's from us. That's from where we started.
I felt that.
When we generate lift, the air off the wingtips, so we have an area of low pressure and an area of high pressure. The area of high pressure wants to get to the area of low pressure, but there's a wing in the way. So it streams out towards the wingtip. That's why the wingtips droop a little bit, because it's trying to hold that in. But inevitably, at that trailing edge back there, that high pressure slips around and goes up to the top. But by the time it gets there, the wing's gone. So it creates a little vortice. And we just flew through that.
Yeah, felt that.
Yep, it's just a bump.
Huh.
That's from us. All right?
That's pretty cool.
Want to do another one in each direction?
Sure.
All right, let's go ahead. Okay, now you see how that nose slides down? Just there you go. Took a little bit of bank out, just pull it right up. A little bit more, pull it up. There you go. A little bit more bank. There you go. There was us again. Keep going. We're going to go right that way. Now, right rudder, right aileron. Now let's just roll right to the right. Keep going. There you go. And right there. Now it takes a more right rudder, so a little bit too much bank. There you go. The airplane wants to overbank when it gets up a little bit higher. Okay. Relax, don't saw it, just hold it still. See how you just kind of stop and then just make a nice correction. A little tiny bit more right rudder, just a little bit. There you go. Here we are, left rudder, left aileron. Oh, see how it stops nicely. That was nice. I like that rollout.
Thank you.
There you go.
Got to get the feel for that. That felt good.
Piece of cake, right? Piece of cake.
Something.
All right, let's turn and head that way.
Okay.
A little bit more right rudder, right rudder, right rudder. Nice, easy bank. Now when we're doing this, no more than 30. We're just kind of nice and easy. All right, that'll work. Let's go in this direction, right at that puffy cloud there. All right. I'm going to take the airplane.
Okay, you have...
We're going to slow down. This cloud's going to help us for a reference. All right? So when I slow down, I'm going to pull the carburetor heat out. I'm going to pull the power back to 1,500 RPM. Okay, right there. Now you notice when I pulled it back, the cloud didn't move.
No.
The cloud didn't move because I held the airplane here, because if I let go, it does that. Okay? So now watch this. If I push the power back in, and we accelerate again. As we accelerate, we'll get back up to our speed. Now when I let go, it doesn't drop as much, and the faster I go, the less it's going to drop, because I had it trimmed for about 100 miles an hour. So when I pull the carburetor heat, I pull this out, I'm looking outside, because if I do nothing, the nose is going to do that. So I'm just going to hold it right there. Okay? So there it is. Right? Nice and easy. Now, I'm holding my altitude, right? I'm not going up or down very much. So I can put in some flaps.
That's gonna
10 degrees of flaps. Okay, now that's going to slow me down even more, right? So I'm going to go to 20, and then I'm going to go to 30, and I'm going to go that quick. Then I'm going to add power back in. Go to about 2200 RPM or so, maybe 23. Okay? The cloud's still there, right? But I'm going to tell you, I'm holding a fair amount of right rudder. I'm going to get a little bit more power.
I feel it.
Okay? And I'm going to trim, because now I'm flying slow, and I need to retrim it. Okay? And I got my flaps out. So now I can fly slow, but if I let off the rudder, watch the cloud. And if I sat here this whole time, we would slowly torque ourselves around.
Just
So we
like
don't
when
want-
we're on the ground and we're experiencing it as we're...
Yep, as you're
Same.
accelerating. Yep, exact same thing, okay? So we're going to hold it here so we don't go anywhere. The other thing I want you to see is, right now I'm at almost full power. I'm not really climbing much, and I'm
Yeah,
going
you're-
45 miles an hour. It takes a lot of power to fly fast. It takes a lot of power to fly slow, especially with the flaps out.
Yeah.
So right now we're on what's called the back side of the power curve. So let's say we came into land and we went around, okay? Deer ran out on the runway, and there's trees at the end of the runway, and I cram the power in, and off we go, and I pitch the nose up. Well, crap, I'm not climbing,
Yeah.
okay? I'm not climbing at all. So now what do? I'm still going towards the trees, right? So I have to pitch the nose down, get some speed, but you'll see I'll descend. So I need to trade a little bit, but you'll see I'm not going to lose a lot of altitude. I'm going to go to 20 degrees of flaps.
Oh, wow. You did.
Okay. Now you'll watch I accelerate. Okay. I keep accelerating. I point right at what I don't want to hit. Okay. Then when I hit 65, I can start climbing and go to 10 degrees of flaps. Now watch if I hold that 65. Okay. Now I'm climbing. Okay. All right. Now let me show you
Okay.
this. If I keep doing this, so I got the power all the way in. If I keep
Power's
climbing,
all the way in.
yep. So I got the power all the way in. So now I'm climbing. I'm holding a lot of right rudder. Watch what happens to my. This is how fast I'm climbing in feet per minute.
Yeah. You're
Look at it, it's
declining.
going down. Why is that? Because I'm getting slower.
A lot slower.
I'm getting to where the wing isn't generating enough lift to hold me up. If I keep going, I'll stall. Okay? So now, if I'm in this point, boy, I don't want to hit the trees, I'm not climbing, what can I do? I have to let the nose down, give up some of that altitude for speed, get to 65 again. Now when I pitch the nose up, now I climb again. Okay? Takes a lot of power to fly slow. Takes a lot of power to fly fast. The same amount of power, actually.
Yeah, it seemed counterintuitive, but that's
Okay.
absolutely right.
Yep.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
So now I'm letting the airplane accelerate. But when I was in that slow flight, this is how much trim I got. Okay? That's how much trim was holding in there.
Wow.
So now when I level
Boy,
up,
that picks up fast, your
yep,
airspeed.
I have to do that. A couple little turns, and here we are. All right. Turn and fly to the north. I'm going to have you slow the airplane down. Yep, you got the airplane, a little bit of left
And
rudder
go.
while you do that, a little bit of left rudder. A little bit less bank. 30 degrees,
Oh, 30.
right? Here's our normal bank.
That's more comfortable.
We only do 45 for fun.
Okay.
We do 35 for show.
Yeah.
Just to, hey, we're cool. All right? Roll it level. Right rudder, right aileron. There you go. All right, so let's slow this thing down. So, we don't have a cloud that we're pointed at, but we'll pretend we do. We can see a horizon. Pull your carburetor heat out. Now look outside and pull your power back to 1,500 RPM. just guess right now. Hold that nose up. Hold that nose up. Yep, not too much, right where it was. Just keep pulling it right out.
Set to 1,500?
Yep, a little bit more. There you go, right there. Okay, now you're holding that nose up, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now let's reach down, put in 10 degrees of flaps. 1.
Oop.
Yep, 1. Hold it down.
Oh, I gotta hold
yep,
it now.
1, 2, there's 10. Hold it there. Now look outside. Keep that nose right where it is. When we put in flaps, that's going to change too. Now let's go to 20 degrees of flaps. Okay. Now let's go to 30 degrees of flaps. Now let's push the carburetor heat in. Right rudder and powered at about 2400 RPM. Now watch, right rudder, right rudder, right rudder. Hold that right rudder, a little bit more right rudder, a little bit more power. Okay, there you go. Now you see how you're banking to the right? You're doing that because the nose wants to go that way and you don't want to put in enough right rudder. Put in enough right rudder. You're actually going to be left aileron, right rudder. Okay? Now let me show you something. Let me have the airplane for just a minute. Okay? So I'm going to trim away that pressure. If I hold the right amount of right rudder, you don't have to fly it.
How come right now we're holding right rudder, but earlier we weren't?
Because all the torque and how
Is it
slow
just
we
difference?
are. We have a lot of power and we're slow.
Yeah, of course.
The slower we go, the more we need. So if we get it all trimmed out and we use the proper amount of rudder, we still don't need to really fly the airplane. If we don't use enough rudder and it does that, now I have to start doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Then I fly the airplane like this. Because I'm counteracting the torque with bank. But that doesn't feel as good, especially to me, as this. Because now I can let go.
Yeah.
If you can let go and smooth air like this, and it stays where you put it, you have the right amount of control inputs in the trim set. Okay? So I'm going to give you the airplane back, hold that right rudder where we got it. Okay, there you go. Alright, so now let's make a turn to the west, no more than about 10 or 15 degrees of bank. Now here's the thing, you're not going to need any left rudder. You're going to need less right rudder. Right?
Yeah.
That's because the torque is the left rudder.
So you're almost just relieving the right rudder.
Yep, so now roll level, right rudder, more right rudder, there you go, and then there you are. Okay. So now just let go of the yoke once. Just let go. Okay. See how nice it flies?
Yeah.
All this is you overacting and over-controlling and over-controlling and over-controlling. Now you see how the nose is going to the left?
Yep.
That's because you don't have enough right rudder. There you go. Piece of cake, right? So now we want to speed up, right? So you can tell. So that when I did those controls the last time, it was really snappy. Now it's mushy.
Yeah.
The airplane feels really. Look at how much that thing. Look at how much that nose moves now. Look at that. Right? Because I'm not using any rudder. So when you come into land and we're slower, the more you do this, the nose goes all over and people are all over the place. And I'm like, just stop.
Yeah.
Okay? If any time you do this, you need right. Anytime you do this, you need left. Now if you see me here, before it was all over the sky when I was doing that. Now it's not. Right?
That's probably why learning to fly slowly is so important when you're coming in for landings.
When you come into land, because that yawing tendency gets bigger when we get slower. All right?
Totally.
So now we want to go fast, right? So we got the carburetor heat in. We push the power all the way in.
The flaps are still down?
Not yet. Yep. Just push the power all the way in first. Okay? Now you have to push forward and lower the nose a little bit. Now go from 30 to 20 degrees of flap. So just raise it for a second. It'll take about 2 seconds. Go ahead. 1, 2, stop it. Now see where the nose went? You gotta look outside.
Down.
Yep, so hold the nose.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're above 65. We're climbing a little bit. Let's go to 10 degrees of flaps. Look outside. When you do it, just count to 2. Ready? 1, 2, stop it. Because see how the nose drops? We want to hold it up. If we look over here, we're not watching there. Okay? So now we can keep holding that nose up. And now we have a little bit of time if we want to trim some pressure away. Feel free. Go ahead and trim a little pressure. Okay. Now let's bring the flaps the rest of the way up. Okay. There you go. Now when you get to about 100 miles an hour, you pull the power back to 2500 and we're back in cruise. And we're high enough, we might not get to 100, so once it stabilizes, oh, right there, yeah, just pull your power back a little bit. Let's turn around and go directly straight behind us now. So whichever way you want to turn, left or right.
I'll go right.
Okay. Hold that right rudder once you put it in, you got to keep it there, there you go. Alright, we're going to head back to the airport. But we need to get down almost 2,000 feet. So we can do that just the normal way, let the nose down, things like that. Or we can make a little more effective use of our time, and I'm going to demonstrate an emergency descent. It's something you're going to have to do again later. I just want you to take a look of it. Mostly because, yeah, let's fly. See the water tower right in front with the little tank underneath there?
Yep.
Fly right at that. So I want to show you this because showing you the ailerons and what you can do with that really relaxed you, I think. It made you know that you could do this and it's not going to do anything. The wings aren't going to come off or anything like that. So an emergency descent would be, we're on fire. We need to get down. I'm having a heart attack. And we need to get down and land at that airport right over there right now, so we need to get down as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and take the airplane. I have it. So to go down, obviously we're going to pull power out, right? So we go here, and we go here, okay? Now we're going to put our flaps all the way in, and we're going to fly 100 miles an hour, right? So that's not very fast, right? We cruise at 100, right? So here's what full flaps at 100 miles an hour, and we need to bank a little bit to unload the wing. There you go.
So, why did you have to bank? I'm sorry?
It unloads the wing a little bit, so I'm not doing this.
Okay, yep.
Okay? So, and we actually, so we're descending over 2,000 feet a minute.
Whoa.
Okay?
I wouldn't be, wow.
All right. So if we were on fire or something like that, as we're coming down, I'm looking, and I go, oh, you know what? There's a guy right down in that field driving right below us.
Yep.
I bet that's a smooth field. I'm going to land in that field going in that direction. So I would just keep coming around. Now right here, I'm going to start to slow down a little bit. And then I just circle around and land in that field.
You didn't have to cover a whole lot of ground. It took barely any time.
Barely any time.
Wow.
Yep, and that field is right underneath your wing right there.
Sure is.
Okay, I just keep coming around, and then I'd angle it out, swing it around, and land there, right? So I just push the carb heat in. I'm going to go to full power. 20 degrees of flaps. I'm holding the nose down. Trim it a little bit. We're flying good, 10 degrees of flaps. I want to go up to 1,600 feet. That's our pattern altitude. Get the last bit of flaps out. Trim it for 80, which is about right there. And it's your airplane.
Okay, my airplane.
So in 100 feet, we're going to level off. So all you're going to do is just push the nose over a little bit. Level off at 1,600 feet.
Oh, okay.
So right there, look over the front. There you go. Slowly let that nose down. Right about there. Let it accelerate. Now the nose, as we accelerate, is going to want to come up. So we have to kind of hold it there. That's why we're looking outside. Now we got plenty of speed. Pull that power back a little bit. Look outside. Don't let the nose come up. Push, push, push. Okay, now trim away any pressure we have. We're climbing just a little. There you go. That's probably good. Now we're going to make a radio call. Riverview, Cessna 18 Gulf, 5 miles to the west, inbound 32 Riverview.
Wait until he's not talking.
Riverview, Cessna 18
Yep.
Golf, 5 miles west,
5 miles west.
inbound for runway 32, Riverview.
Riverview, Cessna 18 Golf, 5 miles westbound.
5 miles west.
5 miles west.
Inbound,
Inbound,
32,
32.
Riverview.
Riverview.
There you go.
And you just know this is 5, just because you fly out here.
Yep.
You just kind of know approximately.
Well, and I'm
So
pretty good
5
at
miles,
guessing now, too.
5 miles west. So again, that was Riverview Cessna 18 Golf, 5 miles west.
Inbound.
Inbound. Okay.
Yep. For
Inbound
3-2.
for 3-2.
Yep. Inbound 3-2. I generally don't say 4-3-2
Okay.
because that's
Good. That's misleading.
Yep.
Then.
So let's push that
Inbound
nose over
3-2.
a little bit yet. We're still climbing.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. That's all right.
Looking for my house over here. It's right here. I shouldn't do that.
Hey, honey. Okay, so now we flew over this. Fly just to the left of downtown, please. Point the nose.
Where's downtown?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Fly just to the left of it. Oh, you can see the little piles of gravel there, just in close to us.
Yeah.
Off to the left. Fly right at those machineries.
Right here.
Yep. Fly right at those
Okay.
machines. That's flying us right at the end of the runway. All right, let's pull the power back just a little bit. Screaming along here good and quick.
Yeah, we're going fast.
Yep. Right there's fine. I can hear it. Okay, so we got our fuel on, our mixture set. Everything looks good. Lights are on, primers in, mags are on. So Cottonwood, brand new road here, is going to be coming up.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to fly, just put it just outside your window. So if you start that turn about now, might overshoot it a little bit, but okay. Now the radio call is Riverview, 18 Golf, downwind 32, Riverview.
Riverview, 18 Golf, downwind, 32 Riverview.
All right, we're across from where we want to land. Pull your carburetor heat out. Carburetor heat.
There we go.
Okay. Now let's look outside. Let's pull that power back to 1500 RPM.
So this is
hold
the
nose
downwind,
up, yep.
right?
Hold the nose up. Pull it back. Pull it back. There you go. Now hold that nose right there. Put in 10 degrees of flaps.
Feeling traffic correction 2
A little bit more. It's actually 3 seconds going down. 1,
Threw me off.
2, 3. Let the nose drop a little bit. Roll in 2 rolls of trim this way. So it's 1, 2. Okay? Then let the nose down. Let's start a turn to the left. Left rudder. There you go. Now this one, I'll make this call just so I know you're a little busy. Riverview, Cessna 18 Golf base, 32 Riverview. Now roll level. Okay, perfect speed. There's the runway.
See it?
Okay, let's go 20 degrees of flaps. 1, 2, 3. Roll in a little nose down trim and see where that nose wants to go. It wants to go up. We don't want it to go up, so there's a little nose down. Let the nose down. Let's turn, and we're going to try to line up with the runway. Whatever you do, don't pull coming through here. Just a nice easy turn. Kind of look. There's the runway. Now just time your turn as best you can so we roll out going right at the runway. Remember, if we do left aileron, left rudder also.
Yeah.
This is that slow speed that we talked about. So if we do this, we do that. If we do this, we do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're a little slow and we're just a little low, so add power more than you think. So push it in about 2 inches. Boom, there you go. See how it goes right up? Now we got to kind of push, yep, just like that. Now as we ease that power out, let the nose back down just a little bit. Go ahead and ease it out to 1500 again. Left aileron, left rudder, fly straight. Okay, pull the power out a little bit more. Right there, we're good. Now don't hit the trees, so we got to pull up a little bit. There you go. Now let's go 30 degrees of flaps. I'll get those. Let the nose down, please. 2, 3. I'll pull your power all the way out. Okay, now we're looking for an attitude. We want to fly 65. Now we're just going to start to bring the nose up. Now right here, we're about 10 feet in the air. So we let it kind of drop, and then we just hold it right there. Keep that nose up, yep, keep pulling until it's done. It decides we don't. Okay, keep that yoke all the way back.
Okay.
Now push your carburetor heat in with your thumb. Generally I use my thumb, it's right there. You can just reach over and push your flaps up. Then ease on the brakes, nice and easy. Yep, just the brakes, just both of them together. Now we'll move over here just a little bit, and then we'll turn around. Ready, 1, 2, 3, left rudder. Power, please, power. And straighten it out. All right, so we got the flaps up, the carb heat's in, reset our trim, which I did. Now we're going to taxi up here, taxi off on the taxiway, same way that we kind of get back.
Okay.
All right. Piece of cake, right?
Lot to learn.
Mental overload. All right.
That feels good. I'm sorry,
Slow
right
down
here,
a
right?
little bit. Yep, power
Yeah.
back. Just ease on both brakes. Okay, a little bit to the right. We're off to the left.
Oh, it was a perfect night for...
Yeah, it was beautiful out. This morning was terrible.
Yeah, what was it like this morning?
Cloudy, 700-foot ceilings,
Oh.
6 miles visibility. And the sun burned everything off, and it just got a little humid. Yep, don't stab at it.
Yep.
Just nice and easy. And power back just a little. You don't want to ride the brakes. There you go.
And we turn.
Now
right
we're going to
here,
turn
right?
here, so it's just right rudder. And then point your toe a little bit of power when you hit that brake. Go, straighten it out. Stay just to the left, which is natural for everybody. Yep, don't put your wheel in the dirt too much. Alright, our hangar's the one with the white dot and the wings on it. We're going to come up, point it straight that way. Okay, right here, you want to keep the nose to the left of that row of hangars there, so we don't get too close. Just past the door. That'll work. 1,000 RPM. Okay, now we're going to run through a flow. Alright? We can start at the bottom if we want. Fuel we don't care about. Well, actually, we need to start here because we don't want to hit the mixture. So turn this off. Turn that off. Okay? Your lights, we want landing and taxi light off. Carburetor heat's in, flaps are up, right? Trim's reset. Alright, everything looked good. Lights are the way we want them. Radios. Pull that all the way out. Three red, so here, magnetos. Turn it to off and pull it. Then the master switch.